Alright guys, welcome back to A Farm for a Dog. Today we got the review of the Omlet chicken run. It's 9-foot run with the Omlet cube. We've had it for about a month now. Overall, we love this thing. It's pretty great. That's the box for the automatic door and a Coop light we have on the inside. It's really sturdy. The chickens seem to enjoy it. They're getting bigger than the ducks. We really like how the back opens up for easy cleaning. You can see the inside. A few of them have been roosting in here already, but they're still learning. Then of course the bottom clean out tray. And all these things have safety designs on them. Like the bottom tray has these two little flaps you have to push up to get it out. And then all the doors have a little button here you push before you can turn it, just as a safety feature from raccoons and possums. And nobody's ready to lay eggs yet, but this is the door to where they're gonna lay their eggs in the future. We got the chicken swing form in there. But overall, it's a good coop. It's sturdy. We really enjoyed it. Some of the bad things about it, but they're not that big a deal, is when we're putting this together, if we didn't watch the YouTube instruction on how to do it, it'd have taken a lot longer than it took us. The instructions really aren't too clear or precise, especially when it comes to each clip and where they go, because there's a lot of clips on these things, and that's what really holds it together. If they would have had a little more detailed instructions about where each clip went, that would have been a little bit more helpful. But like I said, watching the YouTube video made it really simple to do and probably saved us a lot of time. One of the other negatives that we saw about it, but again, it's not that big of a deal, is when you have these handles on here to move it, it makes it really easy to move. And then you can spin around, but when you go to open this top door, you have to push it out of the way to get it open. Again, it's not that big a deal, but it's just one of those small minor details. In a review, you got to have positives with the negatives, or negatives with the positives, I should say. But one of the other things we noticed too is, see how these big squares are up top? You get the little squares at the bottom. Well, that's natural because you want to keep the predators out, keep the raccoons from getting their little hands in there. But it makes it hard to attach not only the watering jug, but the food jug. There's a Tarzan, he's spreading out for us. But we're going to show you guys that too in this video on how to, a simple way to install the food jug, but we normally let the water jug lay on the ground. But we got some figs and little berries for the birds we're going to throw in there before we put the food in there. They've been eating some fruit here lately. I'm sure you saw the watermelon rind, and they had some strawberries yesterday. See how they like the figs and berries. One other thing that we've noticed with this coop is when it's on an incline, there's always going to be pressure on one wheel when you go to move it, of course, naturally. But it makes it's still stable, but it makes it a little tougher to push down on the wheel and to let off. But we've also had some curiosity, if this goes on over time, how much over time will this put wear on the wheels? You see how that pressure is getting on there? We can get it, but it's still some pressure on that one side. And this side will be much easier to go down. But see how the wheels they're not very straight. They're kind of cocked to the side. And for right now, I mean, it works for us. You can kind of see the angle of that wheel. And then on this wheel over here, it's kind of more straight. But we've kind of wondered if over time that affects the stability of the wheel. But for us right now, it works, and moves it really well. And we actually have, in the next video, we're putting together a 6x9 by 6 foot tall walk-in run for these guys. And see how it's kind of that pressure's on that wheel, so it's not wanting to pop loose. Again, it's not too big of a deal, but you know, that extra pressure does make us wonder the longevity of those wheels back there. And we don't have the flattest landscape to play with around here, as you can see. Now we'll show you the guys the installation of one of these. That's the feed bucket where it hooks onto the back. And again, if you're by yourself, especially on a slope, you're having to open the door, push that out of the way. And then when you go to install it, it really helps if you have a second person with you, because then the second person can push against this, because it's got a little bit of give when you go to push against it. And then see how it latches. And if I move over here, it latched in there. I got a little catty corner right here on this one. Come on down. Down one more. Right there. See, and it helps when somebody tell you when it's level or not. But these little clips, it's a tight fit right here. And we noticed up here is wider, and it fits easier, but then again, you're gonna have little critters like raccoons be able to reach their hands in there. They can grab your chicken. So in the future, if we just took one of these sections out, just notched it out, it'd be a lot easier to install that.
Also, we noticed that when we go to move the coop, some of the clips here on the bottom come off. We've put them back on the best that we remember them going, but some of the clips along the bottom do come off. Just have to watch them.
We do love this feeder. It keeps the food nice and dry. In the rain, we've had a rainstorm come through here recently. We did have a feeder, a traditional feeder, a red one, kind of like this water one back here. And the food would get wet, and the chickens, when they jump up on here, you can see a little poop on the top of that. They would poop in their food or poop on the container. So it's just real nice to have a good, dry, clean space for their food. One other benefit to having an omelet like this is everything is super easy to clean. We have a special scrub brush we use for the water container and the food container, and even the non-omelet containers. We use a little brush for that, but everything on the omelet is super easy to clean. We've already taken out the tray one time and dumped some poop out of it, and it was just a really great feature to have this hard plastic, because it's really durable and really easy to clean. Well, that's it for today's video. We look forward to seeing y'all on the next one. In the next video, like I said earlier, we're going to be building the 6 foot wide, not by 9 foot long, by 6 foot tall chicken run. And then we're going to have we have the kit on order to attach this run to it in a nesting box. And so that way they'll have this along with that run, and maybe some extra room to run around and eat all these bugs around here. We appreciate it, and make sure you hit that subscribe button and like button. We'll see you next time.